Happy New Year, 2023. Who's ready for this? First Mystic Monday of 2023. We're going to get it in and we're going to get it done today. This is the year of making it count. So I'm going to wait for some people to jump on. Hey, Jen, how are you? Hey, how did you feel after that journey last week? Did you feel good? Did it help? I'm going to wave too. You guys are in trouble. I got my bells on today. Got my bells on today. You're in trouble. Okay, just waiting for, hey mama, waiting for some people to jump on. I am going to try to make this a very purpose-driven. Oh, good. Pretty good. Cold is okay when you do the journeys, because like I said, that's the ancient stuff coming up. When you ever do a journey, a healing, like a Reiki or energy healing or past life regression, anything like that, sometimes you will get this god-awful cold. And honest to God, oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Mama. And honest to God, it's not just you who gets cold. Like when I work with you guys, especially when I'm doing hands-on healing, I will get just as cold as you. And sometimes that cold is a cold that is so god-awful, like so to your bone and deep, that you don't, you can't get warm. It doesn't matter how many blankets are on you. It doesn't matter what's going on. I will send you some healing to help you get better, Ash, later. I hope you feel better soon. But, and what that means when you get that cold, that really, where it's just that cold is just, it almost got awful, but beyond that point, because you cannot believe you could even be that cold. That's ancient. That is past lifetimes. That's ancient times kind of stuff that's starting to come up and come out. And you have to realize as you go through your life, oh, look, teaching moment. As you go through your life, you know, sometimes you get stuck in this lifetime because you have to, you know, kind of acknowledge and go back in a past lifetime, sometimes to make things better in this lifetime or to heal things, to be able to move forward, whether it be physically or emotionally. Sometimes you have to go back, and it's not back in this lifetime. It's going back to your past lifetimes. That's why when we do the past life regressions, and anybody that's ever done them with me, they know, you know, initially, because it's a lot, I'll take you through 3 lives, and they're going to be the most relevant lives that you need to go through is where spirit is going to take you. Okay. That's going to assist you the most in this lifetime. And that's what's so important for you to understand. You know, the easiest thing in the world for you to do is to live your life. It's not hard to live and be happy. Doesn't mean you're going to be happy all the time. Okay? It means that life is ups and downs. Life's a series of lessons that we have to go through, whether you like it or not, to help you evolve and transcend, and even sometimes to help other people, you know, heal and get better. Because sometimes you're their lesson, sometimes they're yours. So you have to embrace that life is life and all of its amazing beauty and joy and all its sadness and the pain and the anger. So you can't help when things are going up and down. You can try to make your life easier, but some of these things are out of your control. So all you can do is rise above it, stabilize your energy, know that this is temporary. You know, those feelings when we're happy and we're excited and everything's going great, you know, and we want to ride that wave for a while. We do. Okay. But that feeling doesn't last. It doesn't, because guess what? You're going to have that valley. It's going to dip. And sometimes we spiral straight down, like going the Kundaka roller coaster in Great Adventure in New Jersey. This roller coaster is sick. Like, I'm an adrenaline junkie, but you go all the way up that sucker. And then when you come down, and you hold it. And right now, let me tell you something. We all have that pause before that roller coaster goes shoom. And you're not just going shoom. You're going straight down. You're dropping, you know. And that drop before could be terrifying. You know, even the thought that you have to go through all the bullshit in life is terrifying. Or that if you take the chance to be happy and to give yourself an opportunity at love and meeting somebody that suits you, that's meant for you. Or, you know, taking that chance and, you know, taking that job, you know, changing your career, you know, leaving a relationship. You know, there's so many things in our life that beforehand, it can give you pause. It can be terrifying, you know, but, you know, you take a breath, stabilize your energy, and excuse my Jersey, fucking go for it. You have one chance, one lifetime, this lifetime. Now, it doesn't mean you're coming back until you've done what you needed to do and fulfilled your soul contract so that you can ascend and go up. Okay? But we can live this lifetime as best as we can, because if you do some things that aren't the right things to do and you don't make amends for it, or you didn't learn your lesson, you put blinders on, guess what, guys? You're coming back. And who wants to do this shit all over again? When I have this lifetime, I want to be done with this lifetime. I want to move on to my next lifetime, you know? And we are all here. I don't care how spiritual you think you are, how gifted, you know, how uplifted, you know. I don't care. Even me, you know, when I was born this way, I've been doing this my whole life, guys. Even me, with all the gifts that I've been given and my purpose and my life purpose, and I'm going to say this again, my life's work is you. I have been placed on this earth to help people heal, to help people open up, okay, and to help people ascend, and to engage and get what belongs to them, to live a happy, healthy, abundant life. That is the whole purpose why I am here. So understand, you are my life's work, and I care about you. And I call bullshit, I know you guys are going to hate it, to New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolutions, honest to God, is a bunch of bullshit. And the reason why is this. You don't need New Year's Day to make a resolution to make your life better, to pick a different path, to change. It can be done at any day, any hour, any second, any breath. Okay? You know, Friday you say, oh, I want to go on a diet, and lose the word diet too. How about we just start eat healthier so that we could be more active in our life, so that we could prevent disease, you know, so that we might be able to fit into a bare jeans that we used to fit into last year, and something happened and we just don't fit into that those jeans anymore. Don't on Friday. So you know what? I'm going to start on Monday and then like lose it over the weekend. That's just insanity. Start making adjustments. You know, little changes, little adjustments, yes. But I'm going to tell you, I want you guys to go into this, and I'm excusing, I want you to go into 2023 balls to the wall. You know, I want you to go into, you know, this year just ramped up. You know, start listening to more music, start dancing, start getting out, start taking chances, start taking risks. And if you fall in and it doesn't work out for you, deal with it. Get up, try again. Because I'm going to tell you something. You have to activate your life now. Not tomorrow. We got to deal with the past so you can let go of it. Yep, balls to the wall. That's what we got to do. You know, I trained for today. I really started my training program again. And we're going to get this whole thing, this show on the road. So I actually did 40 minutes worth of rounds of boxing, different boxing drills and stuff. Then, you know, I did shoulders and shredded shoulders a bit. And then I did 45 minutes on the beast. And let me tell you, the beast, the best and I didn't start this because it was New Year's. I started this because my fat ass needs to tone up a little bit. You know, I need to drop the weight a little bit because that's what's good for me and for my health. It's not because it's January 1st. or 2nd. Notice I did it January 2nd, not January 1st. Just like I refuse to do International Chest Day, which is on Mondays. I won't do that either. Don't go do chest on Mondays. Do legs. Go do legs. BBC, I need to talk to you to set up, congratulations on your retirement, and I want to set up that interview with you so that we can really get this thing going, and you're a big part of that. Hi, Kai. How are you, sweetheart? So, my train of thought. All right, no, this is the thing. But I wanted you to go into this year balls to the wall. You know, and not having expectations, knowing what you want or having an idea and just set your directory and then start doing what you need to do to get there. Okay. And the reason why I call bullshits to New Year resolutions is everything that was meant for you, your abundance, your prosperity, love, friendship, you know, everything that you were supposed to receive in this lifetime is number one, has been yours since your creation and is locked in your DNA, that ancient wisdom, all of that stuff that belongs to you. So you don't have to manifest shit. Okay, everybody says, I'm going to manifest. That word, I'm starting to change terminologies because you're not manifesting anything. You are taking the steps that you need to unlock, to set that shit free, to let it rise to the surface. What already belongs to you in your life. Who you are is already there. All we have to do is unlock it, rise it to the surface, and amplify it. And that's what I'm here to do. Okay. So even me, like I said, this is where I started. Even the most spiritualistic people, the gifted people, your yogis, your masters, and your everyday folk, people just opening up. Because guess what? Y'all are gifted. Y'all have these gifts. Like I work with people opening up their gifts. Doesn't mean you're supposed to use it, do it for a living, but it just means, you know what? It would help you out and help the people around you that love you out. Okay. We are all placed on this planet, this lifetime, every one of us, and I don't care how gifted or ungifted you are, to take part and really be submerged. And let me tell you something right now, some of us are really submerged in that human experience. And sometimes it's not the greatest thing in having the human experience and living this life. And you live this life as a human. And everybody says namaste. And like the namasters, I love you all to death. But no, a lot of people take namaste for granted and what it means. So, I am uplifted. I am spiritual. I am gifted. But the human in me recognizes and loves and accepts and celebrates the human in you. I celebrate it. I love it. All the flaws, all the perfections, because we're all perfectly imperfect together. So if you think that life is meant to be perfect, even the richest people, the people you look at your lives and you think that it's all amazing and you strive to want to be like them. Number one, strive to be you. Strive to be you because you're pretty fabulous. Even they have problems and struggles. Even them are sad. Even them have sickness. Sickness affects everybody. You can't escape it. I don't care if it's Elon Musk. Elon Musk gets cancer, gets pancreatic cancer. Guess what? He may be able to take the best medications and have the best treatments, but he is going to go through that cancer just like we are, And that's really simplifying it, but that's the truth. So every time we do a Mystic Monday, whether it's focusing on past lives, like next week, I think I'll give you guys some fun. I think we'll focus on past lives next week, where normally I don't do this, but I'll let you come on and we'll do a past life. I'll give you a past life or something that you need. Okay. Today is Mystic Monday and I'm doing quick reads. So everybody gets a little piece of me. Okay. Gets a little bit of knowledge. learns a little bit, has some direction. And then if you want to continue your work and do sessions, hey, Lorraine, Mama, how are you? Happy New Year. You want to do the work and you want to move forward, we can do that, but it takes work. And so we're going to make this easy. We're going to take Mystic Monday tonight, and I want you to tell me one thing you want to happen in your life. And I'm not saying this year, because like I said, New Year's resolutions, I call bullshit. We're unlocking the power, unlocking what already belongs to us. Okay. What is it that you need to change in your life? So it could be a need. What is it that you want? What is it that you might want to change about yourself? Give me that. One thing. And I'll give you a quickie. Give you a little direction. Give you a taste. But I'm going to challenge you to do the work. And I'm here to help you. Anybody that's worked with me knows I'm here to help you. And I'm here every Monday night to help you. But once you tell me what it is that you want, or what you want to try, it doesn't have to be permanent. Try it. Try something new, or what you want to draw in, what you want to unlock and bring to reality. Okay. Tell me that one thing. And then, Happy New Year, Mama. I am going to hold you accountable. I am going to hold you accountable. Which means this. I can't make you do it, because you have to take those steps. Not going to hold it against you if you don't, because you're only human, and we're here for that human existence. So we're going to keep trying, because you haven't failed till you stop trying. And all these cliches, it's so true. It's so true. And it doesn't mean you can't have a bad day. I'm going to let you have those bad days. I'm going to let you get angry. I'm going to let you cry and have your heart broken, because those things happen. I'm going to let you be in those experiences and feelings as long as you need to be. There's no rush. But remember, those things are just temporary. Move through them, experience them, and then let them go. And then rise. Okay? So then I'm going to call you out in a couple weeks. I'm going to say, yo, what you doing to get to that thing you told me you wanted? Okay? So, who's got one for me? What is it you want to begin? You want to change, either in your life, in your relationship, in your world, in your person? Now, I could just go through the process of calling y'all out. I could. But I'm looking for a volunteer. Unblock the chakras and spend more time on the things that will bring me peace and growth. Okay, so let's see. Can you come live? You don't have to. I'm inviting you to, but you don't have to. Let's see if it worked. You don't have to come live with me, but you can. Okay. All right. So then we're going to do it this way. And when I request you to go live, it's just easier for me, not because I can't. Oh, that's fine. Not because I can't. I can read you from here. But when I work with people, so this is why I bring people live, I like to see you because I want to connect with you. I want you to really hear what I'm telling you to make sure that you get it. So now, Verlin, thank you for being my first victim. Unblock the chakras and spend more time on the things that will bring me peace and growth. Well, now that's a whole lifetime worth of work, isn't it? Easiest thing in the world to do, though. And you can start doing that immediately. Okay. So you have to start by seconds and breaths. You know, in the morning, let's do an example. So this is more of a teaching than future thing. In the morning, you know, what brings you calm? What brings you peace? You know, is it drinking a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and taking that first sip and then just looking out into your yard, looking outside, you know, taking a breath and giving yourself the chance to wake up, to balance your energy, and to truly, I'm going to use the word rejoice, because let me tell you something. I'm in Southern California, and it has been cold and rainy here for a few days now, and I mean Jersey rain. I don't mean California rain. And I love it. I love the gray. I love the cold. I mean, I would have thought I was on the Jersey Shore in wintertime if I didn't have damn palm trees out my window, okay? You have to do the little things so you don't overwhelm yourself to start bringing you peace. That cup of coffee, believe it or not, watching a favorite show, a ridiculous show, you know, listening to music that makes you happy, and honest to God, like dancing it out. Hey, Court, dancing it out. Like I was training today, and I switched my music according to my training. I you know, box and do kickboxing and that kind of thing to like bands like Set It Off, you know, because it's the energy that I need. And sometimes I will lift to country, but rock country, or I will lift, like I put Def Leppard on today. And I'm telling you, I'm in the middle of doing shoulders today, and I'm a big dancer. I love dancing at any time. The song Animal came on, and I just, in between sets, I just started dancing. I couldn't help it. You know, you put Def Leppard on for me, and that's it. All bets are off in what happens. I just love to dance, and Def Leppard truly is one of my favorite bands. That, just dancing a little bit and putting on your favorite breath, you know, your favorite music will help you. The simple things. You don't have to do things every day. Change them up. So that's how you bring peace into your life. A little bit of joy. Getting back to who you are and what makes you happy. Okay. As far as doing, opening up your chakras, it's really important using certain types of music that have the vibrations and the beats programmed, you know, into the music itself. There's some music that will open up your chakras and balancing you, and it's being in that place. And yes, pranic breath, learning how to breathe properly, okay, and just allowing yourself to be. And honestly, the easiest way to start breathing, is to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, full cycles of breath. And actually counting it, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, holding it, and release, 2, 3, 4. Just breathing in and breathing out, and calming yourself, and actually envisioning all of your different chakras, you know, and envisioning them being cleansed, and then getting out of all the negative, and then drawing in the positive and getting that sucker going clockwise. And the funniest thing is this, you can check your own chakras. And yes, like you're saying, there is. I have to find my thing. I had my thing, and now I got to find my thing. Where's my thing? Oh, there it is. There are apps that help you. There's meditation apps and things like that. Every single week, I do journeys and guided meditations. I do specific journeys and meditations to cleanse and activate and open up your chakras. I do journeys that activate your Merkaba so that you basically, you know, sacred geometry, activating your Merkaba, which is your vehicle of light body, bringing through crystal caves and everything, which is amazing. I do individual and group meditations that do that. And I do them weekly. Right now I'm doing an amazing series about being okay and going through the process of feeling and being in an emotion, so that people get to the point where I'm trying to help people who are depressed, have anxiety, depression, or feel stuck. It's a 7-part series that somebody can either do all 7, or they can cherry pick whichever one they feel is going to work best. So doing those types of meditations work, but it's not that hard. Opening up your chakras too, guess what? Could be just going outside and taking a walk and starting to release the stress and the anxiety. So you can make it as easy or complicated as possible. Can check what on your own? I don't have my pendulums out. You know I have my pendulums, but I don't. But you can use anything as a pendulum. You could take a chain and drop a ring at the bottom of it. You can use a pendant, something that's heavier. This happens to be one of my Ondarian crystals, my purple merlinite, which we all know is like my love. And it's actually attached to a copper chain because that's grounding. When we do Reiki and energy sessions, we got to see what chakras are open and what chakras are closed. So we really know what to work on. And when you do energy healing, not only does it work on your energetic bodies and your auras, and just so you know, there's not just 7 chakras. You have hundreds of chakras throughout your entire body, as well as in your auric field. Okay? So energy healing and Reiki, like I'm a white light Reiki master and I do integrative energy healing. That is not just for spiritual, emotional, and your energy, okay? But it's also for physical healing as well, okay? So this is it. Now, if the chakra is open, how do you spin when the chakra is open? Show them when the chakra is open, what you do, okay? It goes clockwise. A lot of times when we douse people to remove stuff, we'll actually go the opposite direction. So we're removing, show them what removes, and it'll spin, like if you turn around, which we'll do this next week too, like how many demonics attached to you, how many things that don't suit you, that kind of thing. And then what we do is remove it, and then we put back the love, the light, the energy, and the healing. Okay, and notice, this is my spirit and my pendulum that's working because I ain't moving my hands. Okay. Oh my goodness. Is she? I'm so excited. I'm so excited, Mags. Babies are my thing, and I love your girls. They're fantastic. Okay, so now we have this. So if you're checking, we check people's chakras, and usually they'll either be dead and not move, or if you're really bad off, they're moving counterclockwise. So crown chakra, okay? My crown chakra is open. If my crown chakra was blocked, I have to do this because my crown, I'm not blocked. It wouldn't move. If it was in really bad shape, it would go counterclockwise. Okay? So you take a pendulum or a necklace, whatever you have, put it over you, and then you check the crown, then you come here, you check the third eye, you check your throat, your voice, you check your heart, you go down, you would check your solar plexus, you know, your sacral, all of them, your root chakra. And it's really funny because when we get deeper, you know, that's like your sex life. You know, some people when they're saying, I'm like, oh man, you got nothing going on in your sex life. We got to activate that shit. And you got to remember, and it doesn't mean necessarily having sex, okay? But in your gut, in your hara, you know, in your root chakras, that's your passion, your motivation, your determination, your creativity, you know, and being in tap with your sexuality and your sexual self and that kind of thing, and being comfortable with it, which we do work with that to unblock it. It's so very important for you to move forward in your life. So if we have to heal traumas that may have happened to you, we do soul retrievals, not a past life regression, just soul retrieval. We go through the first, whatever, 25, 45, 50, 65 years of your life, and we heal all those traumas that are affecting you. We open it up. Okay. So you can check your own chakras. So this is all work that you can do on yourself, and work you can do with people as a group or one-on-one. And I do all that work. Doesn't mean you have to work with me. You have to work with who you connect with and who you trust, and that you know when they're working energy on you to open up your chakras, that are in their best place energetically. It's not just a session and $1. Anybody that's worked with me knows if I've done some pretty heavy sessions before you where I know that my energy isn't where it needs to be, or if I'm in a position where my energy isn't right, I'll call you and say, listen, I want to reschedule. It doesn't happen often. It all depends on who I'm working with during the week. But I'm going to reschedule because I am not going to work on you when I am not where I need to be energetically. Because there are a lot of healers now that are not, they don't have integrity. They don't realize that if they're in a bad place or they just worked on somebody who was really sick or had a lot of evil shit on them, and then go into another session after that, if their energy is bad and they're working on you, their energy is going into you because you're connecting. Your energy is connecting with my energy. So I'm pulling stuff out of you and then I'm replacing with stuff when I'm healing you. So it's very important that whoever you guys work with, you trust them. And you can do it remote. All this work can be done remote. The only thing I will not do remote, usually energy healing, I like to do in person. It's really, really important. I can do distance healing on people and I can attune people, do distance healing and give people a zap kind of thing, which I do. But when you're doing a session, I like to do the energy work in person because you're working energy. You know what I'm saying? People say they can do energy heal you and it's going to be perfect from a distance. And they like in my distance healing, I don't charge for because I'm zapping you. I'm sending energy. I'm helping you. Because I'm not right there with you, But if it's a regular healing, you want to be here. And anybody, I am in total disagreement. I think it is wrong. Anybody who turns around, and I'll tell you right now what's closed on you. Anybody who turns around and says they're going to certify you as a Reiki healer, any form of Reiki, because there's a lot of these people that are looking for the money, they're looking for the dollar, okay? And they tell you they can certify you online for Reiki or energy healing. That is so unethical because you get attuned and you get programmed like the symbols and everything for the healing. Like we have to attune you at the end of your class. So can you learn the material online live? Yes. You can learn the material line, learn how the positionings and the symbols, the shokureis and the seikehis and all that other stuff. But when it comes time for you to be attuned and activated to that level, it needs to be done in person. It really does. I would question any healer that says that they're going to certify you and attune you through virtual. Okay. They said your throat and your crown chakras were blocked. Okay. Actually, I'm going to tell you right now what you have blocked now, and I would challenge you to and we'll use the pendulum for this. I'm going to call it, then we'll use the pendulum. I'm going to challenge you to do this for yourself, but we're going to use the pendulum. I get when I tap into you that your crown chakra is actually open. So whatever work you may have done, you've done a good job. You've opened it. And daily your chakras can change. You're not completely shut down, which is great. I get that your third eye is closed. That means your line of sight needs to be opened up. It's like for you, you have a little bit going, a little bit coming out of that third eye, but it's not wide open. I actually get that your throat is opened up a little bit more, but there's some stuff with your chakras. There's some fear in reference to your voice, and the things, your communication, okay, that needs to be opened up. Your heart chakra is good, although there are some things that need to be worked on, which is okay. Your gut is good. Let's just say. And I'm going to tell you, your root, I almost get that your root's locked. Okay. Your root needs to be opened up. Okay. And when we're working on being gifted, having your root open is so important. That's your grounding, you know. And when I work with people and help them open up their gifts or just open up their chakras, you know, it's not only, it's connecting to Mother Earth, you know, it's connecting to the earth and the roots, being grounded in it, but also being able to connect with the cosmos and the elements. There's so much that's involved. Happy New Year, Jens. So right now I'm getting your root needs work. Solar plexus a little bit, not a lot, but your root absolutely needs work. Your third eye needs to be opened up. Your crown is open. Your voice, your throat is getting there. It's you have more of a voice, okay? And understand something. When you work with us, we help you open you up quicker. And you get to feel the energy. And usually at the end of a Reiki session, when I do, and there's Reiki and there's white light Reiki. Usui, which is your traditional form, works basically with your 7 chakras. White light Reiki works with all of your chakras and within your being, all of your chakras within your auric field. Actually, it ends up doing a lot of past life work. It does healing work, and it also connects you with Source, okay, in a very special way. So I actually call white light Reiki Reiki on steroids. You know what I'm saying? But when you actually get energy healing done, you should get feelings, colors, see visions. Seeing the colors is very common when you're working with your chakras and getting Reiki. It's very, very, very common. Also, as we release and open up your chakras and get them spinning, and it's not just about the chakras when you're doing this energy healing, then those colors will get bigger, and it's like a kaleidoscope. But our goal is kind of open up your being of light when we do Reiki. But when you feel it, it's like getting drunk. You could be really, really exhausted and freezing at the end of the session, or when you've really got a good session where you were just like healed and you've been doing the work, it's almost like feeling drunk. It's great. I'll see people, especially when I've trained people or worked at gyms, and they go, "Can you zap me today?" And zapping them was basically, you know, working on their shoulder or their something physically that needed healing. So I'll zap them. Okay, so let's see. We're going to actually, what's your first name? Is your first name Verlin? Out of curiosity, is that your first name? Before I do this, because I want to use the right name. Plus, it's good if I know your name. So I'll go with Verlin. I'm going to go with Verlin. Okay. All right, how am I going to put this? All right, work on Verlinda. There you go. Show me Verlinda's crown chakra. Now you're not spinning wide, but that sucker's open, which is good. Stop. Show me Verlinda's third eye. Sucker's not going. Told you it was blocked. Show me Verlinda's throat chakra. Your throat's open, Mama. In fact, your throat is more open than your crown, which is nice. Stop. Show me her heart chakra. Heart chakra is open, but I'm telling you right now, when I connect with your heart chakra, you really have to work on allowing yourself to receive. You put out and you have so much of it, but receiving is something that you need to work on. Okay. Show me her sacral. Stop. Solar plexus. Open. Stop. Give me her root. See, now your root, I knew. I didn't want to say it until it happened. Your root's actually working counterclockwise. versus clockwise, which means it's kind of like being in the negative versus being like smack dab, where it's just not moving either way. So you really need to do work on connecting, grounding, and clearing that out. So doing meditations, connecting with Mother Earth, allowing your roots to run into the earth deep, allowing the energy of the earth and the water and the elements to flow through you. It's not that it's not good. It happens. It happens. And you have to remember, right now we are in Mercury retrograde. Now, so that kind of blocks things up too and gets you stuck. Now, first of all, everybody who's ever worked with me knows that I don't have an issue with Mercury retrograde. Sometimes it gives me a run from my money, but then when stuff starts going crazy, then it says, whoa, step back. You're supposed to be stepping back. A lot of people are scared of Mercury retrograde. I'm not, because what Mercury retrograde causes you to take conscious action in your daily lives, which means you already know if your car's screwing up. All right, this is why. You already know if, a light bulb blows out, all those little things that, with all of the electronics and stuff that go wrong, that's a pain in the ass, okay? Why can't you garden? Is it because of where you live? Because if it's where you live, you can do the little plants inside. You can also try to go to a botanical garden or stuff, like the inside stuff. But it's not only just gardening and you getting your hand in the dirt, because I'm going to tell you something very interesting. Your element is not the earth. Your element is water. So the garden's going to help you feel good and connect, okay? Water's going to help open you up. So, and it's also a conductor. So, taking baths, going by a river or a stream, going outside, and that kind of thing. Okay, because your dad had a heart attack and stents, and we just moved him into my house. Okay. So you have a little bit of extra stress too, so that can really affect you because of all the extra stuff that's been put. Yep, water is that's your vibe. That's your working element. So full moon should be huge for you as well, because the moon energy is directly connected with the water. You need to do the visualization, the meditations, whether you work with somebody like me or somebody else to do a meditation or a journey with the earth, or you go into a meditative state, and in your mind you imagine, you get yourself to that place, and then when you get to yourself place, you imagine yourself being embraced by the mother, the great mother, by Mother Earth, by feeling her warmth and her protection, connecting above so that it can heal you, and that you embrace her, be embraced by her, and then imagine yourself, your roots, going deep into the earth and being fed. You actually have to have your being connect with your root. Very important. It will help balance you and clear the energy in your house. I will tell you, in the house, I'm almost getting some things a little bit more. Somebody's a little bit more sensitive to scents. Really good calming oil to be burnt, and oils are better in your home versus candles right now, would be frankincense and myrrh with a little bit of amber, okay? It cleanses your house. It cleanses your chakras, okay? Brings in archangels and protection as well. Anybody coming into your house is going to feel like they're getting a big hug. So it's going to calm everybody else's ass down. Also, getting a salt lamp is really important because it puts more oxygen into the air. The salt air, which is also going to be like connecting you to water, which is also your vibe. That's your element. So if you can't get outside to it, bring it inside a little bit. Get that salt lamp going, and take a long bath and allow yourself to connect. And the key to opening yourself up, if you're gifted, first of all, don't be afraid of it. Second of all, if you do sessions with me and work with me, guess what? You're going to get what you asked for. And nothing bad. I'll never let anything bad come because I'm there protecting you. But if all of a sudden you see a ghost, Don't run away from it. I've had people say, I got so scared. I got so scared. I was in my journey and somebody was there and I turned away and ran. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? Why did you run? I said, the whole point of you working with me was to open up so you could see the ghosties. There's nothing bad in there. I'm with you. They're not going to hurt you. Open up. Allow yourself to see. So expect to be opened up. Okay. But you need to do all those things to open yourself up. The house is spirits, but okay spirits. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Warm biscuit, I'm telling you. Frankincense and myrrh with a little bit of amber in it. I swear to God, that's the best thing for you. Okay? That will open the thing up, will cleanse the house, will bring in protection. Very, 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 very important. And that will help you with all of that. So I hope I helped you a little bit. You know, like I said, it was a lot because you can do it on your own. Takes a little bit of effort. Working with somebody like me or somebody you trust helps you get there. And that's pretty much how it works. But I hope I assisted you a little bit. I loved, you know, I'm actually, the funniest thing is I'm getting ready to, I'm going to start like my own talk show kind of thing. I'm going to do it myself. I ain't waiting for nobody. So one of the days, like it might be Freaky Friday kind of thing, I'm actually going to talk about my ghost stories, have people on that have had experiences and things like that, which is going to be great. But one day is going to be specifically towards healing and healers. You know, there's going to be different things for different days. Okay. Okay. So that's that. All right. So next person idea was the one thing, we're focusing on that you want to create in your life this year, to change in your life, or to change about yourself, to work on about yourself. And let's not say change, because there's nothing wrong with you. Say just calibrate a little bit better so you're more in balance. Happy New Year, Mossy. So who's got one for me? Next victim. Next victim. And it doesn't matter what it is, but I'm basically going to tell you what you need to do. Going to tell you what you need to do. So give it to me. Oh, Natty, you are easy. You are easy. I got to bring you on. Can you come on live or no? Tell me.
Hi.
All right. First off, sunshine, no such thing of not having to be so strong.
I don't want
to get it doesn't mean you have to be fighting every day, but we're living the human existence, and there's days that we got to fight and there's days that we don't have to fight. So we get a little bit of very cool. Sorry, I have to answer this. I've been talking to baby spirit Elena. Very cool, mama. I'm so excited, Annie. So you have to be strong, and whether you like it or not, from now until the day you leave this world, you have no choice because you're a mom.
Yeah.
And you're always going to have those babies. And there's different type of strengths you need to engage, and it doesn't stop when they're 18.
Right.
It doesn't. So the strength thing, sorry, sunshine, you're going to have to, but there's days where you don't have to be the warrior. And you're one of the strongest people I know, okay? To soften, it's very easy because you're already a soft energy. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is let yourself be you and be okay with it.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. And when people work a nerve, because some people have been working your nerves lately, and that's why you're so fucking exhausted, excuse my Jersey, I got to really watch that. I really do. When people start putting you in a position where you can't be you, do your best to disengage, to breathe, and to walk away from the situation.
Okay.
Okay. That's automatically going to soften you. Trust The first person you have to trust is yourself for you to be able to trust anybody else, to be able to trust your instinct about what energy you're going to allow in you and what energy you're going to allow out of you. Okay? And the whole point is this is you're not supposed to trust everybody.
Right.
You're not. I don't want you to learn how to trust everybody. I want you to learn to read energy and to feel it. I want you to learn to follow your instincts and then not, and you don't open up. You open up to the people that you know are going to be there and not judge you. So select the people, but the problem is you, over the past 3 years, I'm getting that you've shut yourself completely off to other people.
Yeah.
That's why last year when you started biking, doing spinning, that was huge for you.
Yeah.
Because that puts you in a group environment, puts you around other people, got that energy going, released, all those different hormones, gave you, you do get a feeling of just totally being elevated. Because when you release those hormones, when you exercise, you're getting all the shit out of you. You know it. And then you just feel excited and better and everything just opens up because it's actually a different way to open up your chakras. Okay. But you're connecting with other people and their energy, and then you're forming a bond. Okay. So you need to do the things that are allowed, but I don't want you to trust everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's not supposed to be trusted because everybody's not your people. But I need you to put yourself in a position to open up to people that you feel you can connect with. Like me, I know everything about you. Everything.
Yeah.
Stop giving up on the whole thing with your mom. Give up on it. Let go of it.
Okay.
I get there's some things that are affecting you with it. I don't know if it's almost as if, which I'm happy because I don't see them connecting, but her energy is her energy until she could admit the things that she needs to admit. Okay. She's not gonna get the outcome in the relationships in her life that she needs. Now, the thing is this, where I say give up on it, you didn't do anything wrong. It's not your job to fix her. You are her daughter, and you need to be there for her, but you don't need to allow her. So it's one of those energies you need to be able to walk away from. When she gets to be too much, you need to let go. And whatever guilt she's trying to throw upon you right now, that's got to stop. And your brother's being a really pain in the ass right now, huh?
Yeah, I pretty much cut him out of my life because he was being really.
Yeah, he needs to get over it. I get that your brother is like a pain in the ass right now. He's, and it's not that he's going through something, because a couple of months ago he was going through something. Yeah. Now what he's doing is he's living in that place and trying to use that place as a way to get empathy and for people to feel bad for him and to help him.
Yeah, but he's also
because he doesn't want to do the work, so he needs to get over himself.
Yeah, I told him that about a month ago, and then I just cut him off.
Yeah.
I blocked his number. He's being really emotionally abusive, and I just had it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to do right now, but eventually you'll need to unblock that number.
Yeah.
Only because he is connected to you and you actually have a very close bond with your brother, but he needs to grow up a little bit. Doesn't mean you have to respond to a message. And then if he gets out of hand, once you get to the point where you can unblock it, then you block him again for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Say, guess what? I'm not allowing this in my life. I'm going through enough shit that you seem to not care about, So you stew on that for a little bit. I'm blocking you. I'll unblock you for a couple of days, and then because you don't ever want to be in a position where he definitely needs you. But I am going to tell you this: he's not suicidal.
Okay, that's good to know.
He's not. Like I'm getting he's one that'll speak it anxiety and things he needs to be listened to, but it's. He's not to the point where he would do something. He's to the point where if he keeps screaming and somebody finally looks at him and says, you need to just fix this, and maybe somebody that's not his sister, if you want to fix it, you got to fix it, but you have to choose to. he can still have the help he needs. But I don't get, he's not going to do anything wrong. So I know you've been worrying about that part of him. We're not there yet. And you know, if I ever got that, I would let you know.
Yeah.
But I am going to give you some good news.
Oh, that's good. I could use some good news.
Everything that you've been going through over the past 2 years is coming full circle.
Okay.
Okay. Which is a good thing. Because you're going to be able to, your perception of things have changed.
A lot.
Hi, Aisha. And you have to understand you're going through a lot of change right now, and it's not easy. You have to open up yourself and know that you have angelic help there, and it's miraculous slaves. They're there if you need them. All you got to ask.
Okay. I feel
You know,
that.
even when you get frustrated and you get angry or frustrated, just say, you know what? I'm done for today. I'm handing it to you.
Okay.
You know, handle my work for me today.
I feel them so.
Put it on them. Huh?
Messages. I feel them so deeply. Like messages,
Mm-hmm.
signs. I've been sleeping better. Like I definitely know that I'm not alone.
Mm-hmm. You're not, but you have to actually allow yourself to listen.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's not going to be within the next 3 months or 4 months, kiddo. Within the next 6 months, you're going to have joyful activity, and you're going to be able to celebrate your life, and the abundance is going to be there.
Yeah. I keep seeing July.
So, and it's really, if you think about it, that's going to be probably 1 year from when you and I started this journey together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what that is, and the abundance is going to come in. You're going to have the abundance without having to work for that abundance if you do what you need. There's certain things you need to work for in your life for your fulfillment and job. But as far as having what you need, and like I said, abundance I like more than prosperity, because abundance means you have what you need to survive.
Yeah.
And to live your life, and your health is good, and the kids are good, okay? But yeah, that's the biggest thing. But the thing is you really have to stay disciplined. If you start something, you need to keep going with it, okay? And you need to set up clear boundaries. And you got to put on a little bit of armor. You gotta toughen your coat up a little bit, toughen that skin up a little bit. Don't let things hurt you so much the way it does. Not everything has to cut so deep.
Okay.
You definitely need to try to get a little bit more rest. And I know evidently you're not sleeping well. How are you sleeping?
I'm sleeping well. I've always had sleep issues because I always see things at night, but I've been sleeping well, just not a lot.
Yeah, when you sleep, but you're not, it's not like you're getting the full, because I get that it takes you a while to fall asleep, or you'll wake up and stay awake for a little bit in bed and then fall back to sleep again. It's harder for you to fall back asleep.
Yeah.
I think if you start more physical activity, like start doing that spin stuff, anything that's, or get outside in the air more, it's going to help you with your sleep at night.
Okay.
You know, but you'll be good. What's the one thing you want to do over the next month? What's one, or this year? I want this year. What do you want to do? One thing.
I really want to get like financially stable, like on my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you going to do it?
Actually, my friend next week is coming over to help me with my resume. So that's my first.
Now, remember what I told you. It's not the animal thing.
No, it's not.
It's not the animal thing. That's perfect because you're starting what you need to. But in your mind now, you really have to figure out what it is you really think you want to do that you're going to be happy doing and is going to be worth you being away from your kids for a little bit. And that's actually going to be a good thing, not a bad thing. Get that resume, but start looking at the places you're going to apply. So that's how you're going to start having that happen. You know, you're going to be fine. Like I said, the abundance is going to be there. So take your time. There's not a rush for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Sound good? All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. All right. Luce, you got anything for me? Do you know what you want to do? What you want to change? Oh, dude, you just need Lucy. Hold on, where are you? I'm clicking.
That's okay. Hi, my hair looks crazy.
I love it, but I got to put you on notice.
You gotta put me on. There's a baby on my lap too.
Which baby?
Oh my God, hold on. Oh,
I
that
haven't
scared me.
seen her forever. What baby?
This baby.
Oh my goodness. It's the
The mom's
princess.
like, you're like, don't put my baby on lap.
All right. So I was going to let you say, okay, what do you got for me? What do you want? So that I could do a read from there. But when I started to ask you a question, it's like, hold up. Lucy needs to follow through.
That's what I'm working on.
No, but really, like I guess you stalled out a little bit, or not, or you're just got tired, or you're pulling a Lucy on me right now with some stuff. You need to follow through with it. One thing at a
Yeah.
time. Finish the setup, what you need to do, and launch it.
Yeah.
You have so much going on and so much transpiring, which is fantastic. And I'm so happy because you've done the work. But it's like having too many frying pans on the stove, or whatever that saying is. I can't
Yeah.
even remember that saying. Too many pots and frying pans and stuff going on. And by focusing on one thing, you're going to burn the other thing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's aligns really well with what is in my head right now.
Okay. So the thing is so what they're saying is the things that you want are going to work out the way you want to. The success is there for you, which is great, which means and they're saying the hell with abundance, the money's going to be there. So that's what they're saying for you. But you have to follow through with one thing, launch it. Get that thing kind of, once it's set up, it's going to, and then move to your next thing
Yeah.
and then launch it. You're not going to be able to do the three things at once.
Okay. I guess I'm having trouble placing where to focus all of my energy on which project.
Dude, that's a session.
I know. I know.
That's
I
a damn
figured.
session. That's too much for Mystic Monday.
Well,
But
and
I think,
it's also I want to go in more into depth about each project, and that's I don't want to do that online either. So I
yeah, we
definitely
can't do it online.
yeah. I can't.
But like I said, like it's so good to see you after. In fact, I talk about you all the time. You're like my favorite success story, my absolute favorite
And
success story.
the curls.
And the girls, I love them. And it's so weird not seeing you. I haven't seen you in drag in forever.
You know,
What the
I haven't
heck?
posted a lot on social media because I've been busy doing the thing, and it's a good time. Like I'm having fun here, and I'm like
Well,
doing the
it's
shows, but it's just, it did kind of take it out of me having to produce, market, run all of my shows, and so I'm like,
and we talked about, and you haven't let that go yet. You need to learn how to kind of delegate. You have the people that could help you that are really good in certain areas. So just stop being such a friggin' diva. Set it up. This is what I want. Let them do the work and show it to you.
yeah. Well,
You
I've kind
know?
of been doing that a little bit, but that's kind of well, that's for later. But
That's for later. So, but I mean, look how you've evolved. I mean, when I first met you, you were just starting to do drag.
yeah,
And
and
I was talking about you the other day when I met you at Casa del Campo, and you were just this shy little thing sitting there, quiet as a mouse,
yeah,
excited to be there with Roz and to talk to me and all that stuff. And I was like, just be yourself, to where I said, and during the pandemic, there was this whole huge thing when, Black Lives Matter came out, and then everything, like when the people that were in drag kind of went on strike a little bit. And
well, I don't know if it was strike as much as we weren't getting paid.
No, no, no. Remember the whole thing that happened? You were like, I don't know if I should work right now or post any events because of what's going on. Remember that thing happened? And remember I said, no, now is the time. You're not remembering, are you?
No, I did a lot of marijuana
At
at the
that
time.
time.
Yeah.
But where everybody, because of stuff that was going on, it was almost like they were striking when everything came up after the Black Lives Matters thing happened, and then everything went through with the LGBTB community and stuff like that, and how they were being treated and everything else like that. And I remember I looked at you and I said, no, you need to work. Don't let anything or anybody block your energy, to the point where you started doing drag and doing shows and your big, beautiful self.
Yeah.
And then you've evolved, because remember, for the longest time I said to you, Luce, you're not just a drag queen. You're a producer.
Yeah.
You are an actor, which means you can go for, it doesn't have to be drag. And you did do Midsummer's Night Dream, remember? You are a writer. What
I
was the
did
show you
Secret Garden.
did? Secret Garden. That's
Secret
right. That's what it
Garden.
is. My bad. But you did, you know what I'm saying? And you're a writer.
I need to write too.
So,
I've been told
but you can't do it all at once. It's too much.
it's a
It's
lot.
like me giving you the next 5 years of your life. Oh, you're going to do this and you're going to do this. And you're like, that's too much. I can't do it. So I'm not even going to try. And then we started doing one thing at a time. So because of that, it doesn't bug me that I don't see you in drag all the time, because that's not who you are anymore. It's part of you,
Yeah.
but you've evolved.
And I'm having fun. I'm still doing actually, I'm going to be in drag on the 5th, so I'll make sure to take posters and
Yeah, you have to.
photos and post them.
Let
Thank
people,
you. I
you're
miss you.
welcome. I miss you too. When you're ready to do the session, let me know. But you're doing so well. It's just now you just have to focus on each thing. Oh, really quick. Jenna, what do you need from Luce right now? What did Jenna say she needed from you?
I think she just, I don't know. I've been trying to read the comments. I'm looking, and I
Jenna, what
see.
did you say you needed from Luce?
What do you need from me? I'm not even in California anymore. Girly Pat. I had to come back
Delegate.
on a
Hold
visit.
on. What's your sign, Luce? I forget.
Oh, I'm a Virgo. But there's something else rising. What's the
I was
rising?
about to say, what's your rising? Because I see the Virgo. I'm like, but you're not. What is actually your birthday?
I don't remember. It's September 13th, and it's either Cancer or Scorpio rising.
Can't you might be a Scorpio rising.
I think it is Scorpio rising, because the person, which this is something that I'm going to drop right now, the person who is my vocal coach is also an astrologist, and they're like,
Oh, cool.
I think you're a Scorpio, and they like
I
looked at
think
my chart.
you're a Scorpio rising, because you're not a true Virgo.
Well,
You're not.
the funny thing is too is like my sun and my moon are also in Virgo.
So you're doing better. So it might have been your the problem with your identity, coming to terms with your identity in this lifetime, because in all the other lifetimes you were a female. This is the only one you were born with male parts.
Female, and now I'm a woman.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you. I think it might have been that, and the confusion you felt with that, and then developing and trying to get yourself structured, because Virgos are structured. They get things done.
I've been a lot of things, but structured is not one of them.
Structured is not. The only way where you are a Virgo, true to true form, is you could shut your feelings off in a heartbeat. You can have all the feels for somebody, everything else, but for you, like, I can't shut my feelings off. I can't do it. I can't. I'm a Libra, true and true. You flip that switch, and you just turn into a straight bitch.
I'm a bitch.
You do. And that's okay, because I don't have time for this. I don't want a relationship. I'm not connecting with people. No interest in it. I just want to get it in, hit it, and quit it. We'll have a good old time. You're going to remember me, that kind of thing. But so that's where you are, definitely a Virgo. All right, cool. So book your session.
I need to. Lily, actually, my sister Lily is sitting right there. She deleted social media, so she's been eavesdropping. She's like, I'll watch from a distance.
Tell Lily a situation she's dealing with right now, because we don't put this on blast. It has a half-life.
Has a what?
Half-life.
Half-life.
All right, it's something, because they said the word, she's dealing with a half-life right now. Half-life in this situation is there certain situations in her life that are supposed to stay, and then there's other ones, situations or people that are due to expire. So some things are coming upon an expiration, but it's something that she's kind of wanted to have expire for a while, so she'll be fine.
She said she doesn't
You
want to put
asking
it
a
on blast. Come
question?
over here. Yeah. She said she don't want to put it on blast, but you would know.
I don't know, because there's a few things that I can think of. Sorry, I look like.
All right. I love you, though. There's a few things you can think of, but you've been beating a dead horse for a while now. So I'm going to use I'm not putting shit out there. And you look really good, by the way. Fantastic. I think the other time I saw you when we did your session, the last time I saw you, you still had all them pregnancy hormones going with you, through you, from the baby.
Yeah.
So you still had the bloat and all that other fun stuff. It's been meant to expire for a while, and it's kind of been like beating a dead horse.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been the thing, because nobody else's business, that's been holding you back from moving forward and doing the things you really wanted to do. Let it expire. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Let it expire. It's time.
I think I do, but I'm not sure.
I know you do. By your smile, I know you do. Let it expire, because then you're going to be able to do the things you want to do.
It's 2023. No more free drag.
No.
What do we say? Making it count.
Make it
2023.
count. That's
You're
right.
making it count.
That's right.
And for you, it's not only engaging in the current and your experiences, but it's actually creating a life for yourself and the life that you want. Hello, pretty girl. Where's the little man?
In his room.
Oh.
Love me. I'm chopped liver when
I'm her favorite.
Lucy's around.
When who's around?
Me.
Lucy.
Oh, of course. You're very entertaining.
I'm the favorite.
And you got a little bit more fluff to lay on.
That's what
Comfy.
she's laying on now. It's barely.
I know. I got you. But now's the time for you to create the abundance in your life and to get the security that you need financially. And give me back. I don't want to see you lose. This is her moment.
Sorry, it's funny. Hi, everyone joining.
But the only thing is you're the only one that's holding it back. But this expiration date, the half-life, it's come due.
I think I need to book a session.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would help, because a lot of the stuff that we can't put on here. Yeah. Anybody who comes live, I got to let you know a lot ahead of time. A lot of people actually have alias accounts where the only person they follow is me. And it's not because you're being shady. It's because when you go live, everybody else knows you go live. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want your shit out there, number one, don't come live with me. Don't let me call you on live, or don't ask me a question, because I'm going to give you the truth.
Yeah.
If you don't want somebody else to know it. That's why a lot of times when I talk, like with Lily, it's very specific, because her stuff, if it comes out, it would just cause too much stress for you. Stress is what it would cause. And nobody needs that. So that's why she knows what I'm talking about as we get going, and it connects with her. I don't need you guys to know what I'm talking about. I need Lily to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think I just need to book a session.
Yeah.
Soon.
That's what I gotta do, because it's getting to the point where some of my stuff is kind of secret.
I know. Hey, let me ask you a question. Your mom's stuck?
Fuck that. I mean, what? What do
Your
you mean?
mom's, so you know, your mom's got something going on. She, for the first time in a really long time, she doesn't know what direction to go in. Your mom right now, is there a possibility she could come on live?
My
No.
mom, no.
Okay. Or anybody that would tell her?
Oh, she
Oh, I
would.
can. Yeah. I mean, I can tell her something,
No,
but
no. This is for you guys.
oh,
The stuff, she's hitting
oh, no, no,
walls
no. No one's
now.
gonna tell her
Yeah.
anything.
Okay. She's hitting, and this is for you to understand. I see your dad pretty even, which is great. I like to see him when he's in a calm positioning. Um, and I don't see him miserable right now. You know, he's doing okay, which is a good thing.
Good.
Your mom's coming to the point in her life. I don't know if it's because of her age, but she's stuck in a direction to go, whereas before she always kind of just had her path and did what she wanted to. And you're going to see over the next 3 to 6 months, some of those things that she did that weren't so good, especially to your pop, she's going to get her comeuppance.
Well, yeah.
I mean, oops.
Well, and it's not, and I'm not being mean to anybody on here. It's just we've had issues that have arisen. No, Luce, you're not being mean because you don't want to have to come back and, you know, you don't have to tone for that. But I always tell people, you know, put it to universe. It's not your job necessarily to fit it. Your job is to stabilize your dad. But, and to hope that your mother learns and changes certain directions. I'm being careful as I put that, but we know she's stubborn because she wants what she wants. But right now I get that she's not getting what she wants as easily and the way she wants it. And that I always say, you know, sometimes when such harms have been done, sometimes we're lucky enough that when somebody's done something and we handed it over to the universe or the universe handles it, they actually start to get their comeuppance. And your mom over the next 6 months is going to be getting a little bit of her comeuppance and she's going to be reaching out for help, guys. She's going to be looking for support.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna put it to bed.
Make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
But it's interesting. So we'll see what she does with it because she's going to have to pick what direction. She's going to have to choose soon. She's going to have to choose if she's staying or she's going. And pretty soon, I don't know if your dad's going to give her that choice. Because he's about over it. He's about over it. So, all right. I love you both, fierce.
Love you.
Let me know when you want to do your sessions. We'll get it done. I love you too. Bye, baby girl. All right.
She's getting
I'll
curly
talk to you
hair.
later.
So.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
You have to X out. I can't do it.
Okay.
Okay. That was fun. Okay. Never heard of the Half-Life thing. Yeah, that's a Jenna, it's like seasons. It's another word for seasons. But it's so cliche when people say the season. So when I was working with Luce, because I always tap into Lily, and I was going to say something, all I said was all I heard was Half-Life. Half-Life. And when I tapped into it, it's like something's about to expire, is about to end, and it's time. Sometimes people try to extend the expiration of something, but when it's time to be done, it's time to be done. So there's half-life. We have things that are half-lives, and then we have things that go the full life kind of thing. So it's not a bad thing. It's just another terminology. I guess it's one of my sayings that I work with my spirit. So I guess it belongs to me. I guess it belongs to me. All right. Tanya, you guys want to change? You want to? And let me tell you something. Okay. You absolutely are 100% Scorpio, Jenna. 100%. I'm just going back through the things. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. The pride thing's not new. Okay, I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going back. Okay. All right, we'll do it this way. Hey,
Hi. Hold on.
it's not what tonight's about, but stay away from it.
I can't.
Why?
I don't know how to tell you this. Like,
Okay,
I
you
can't.
can't. Okay, but the thing is this, I'm telling you right now, this is something they brought upon themselves.
Probably.
Okay. This is something, it's not probably, it is. It's something that they have to go through. It's one of their lessons, and they really have to find a way to work through it on their own. You can't do what you think you can do with this. So for you, it's going to, you have to be very, very careful because it can attach to you negatively.
Probably.
Okay. Which means I'm giving you the knowledge. If you cross that line,
Hmm.
you knew it was coming.
The thing is that
So
this time, this
you,
person didn't ask for it. It just kind of, it was
yeah,
unexpected.
but when things happen and continue happening and you did bring it on yourself, then what you did is you past 6 years of their life has been very interesting. What's been going on for the past 6 years of their life. So they've had consecutive things that have happened and kind of compounded. So universe is putting them into a position where they have to change. They're going to have to rise up and take control. They're going to have to accept what happens with it. They're going to have to be a man, accept what happens with it. Okay, stand up.
They are.
And really learn that they can get through this and they can do this. You have to release control. Watch, you can be there. Extend what you need to from the shadow. Be more of a shadow worker from the other line. Because you got so much shit going on in your life right now.
Let me tell you something. I'm happy 22 is over. I was
Huh?
going to jump on I'm so happy 22 is over. I was going to jump up and down on the bed, but I decided I didn't want to break the bed.
Thing is the reason why I'm like big, like here's to making it happen. Everything that happened in 2022, I predicted at the beginning. I kept on saying that the world was going to be on fire, everything that's happening. 2023, as far as what's going on in our world, what's going on the international stage with the Ukraine, shit that's going on in Israel right now, all the bullshit that Korea is pulling, the stuff that's going on politically, the stuff that's going on financially, this little bit of breath that people have, stabilize yourself, guys. Don't spend it, save it, because it's almost like them trying to pull the wool over your eyes to give you a little bit of a breath because you're going to get hit. The next year and a half, so I'm going into 2024. If you're not careful and you focus too much what's going on out there versus worrying about your circus, your monkeys, doing what you need to do to stabilize yourself so that things get better, if not stay stable, because a lot of people are only going to be able to stay right there on that border where they're just surviving for the next year and a half. If you do what you need to and you're smart, we can navigate this thing.
I agree.
But it's getting worse. It's getting worse. And what's going to happen in Congress this year? Oh my God. Even the Supreme Court is going to be laying down some rulings that a lot of people are going to struggle with, have a lot of problem with. But we're in the position now where everybody needs to get their head back up straight and realize just because something doesn't go the way you want it doesn't mean you have the right to behave in a bad way. They're elected officials. You want to change something? Do it the right way, not the wrong way, because then you're just putting gasoline on the fire. Disaster. So just so you know,
He
there
said
can be
something like,
abundance and prosperity, but it's your life, your individual life, changing your world. That'll change people's worlds out around it. But even if it doesn't, do what you can for other people, but you have to put the focus on yourself, because if you don't, you yourself are going to stay, it's called poverty stricken. You sabotage yourself.
it's like you have to be a squirrel. It's squirrel time
Yeah.
right now.
You sabotage, you self-sabotage when it comes to the things that you need that aren't coming, but it's because you put your focus elsewhere.
I'm just,
And
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I'm just afraid for his safety. That's all. That I'm not even, like, me, right now,
yeah,
like,
but
you and I will deal with me later.
you have to
It's
be
his safety.
careful, because he's got some bad things that are attached to him, but he can fix it. But he has to not be afraid to go get the help he needs from the right people. I also get that he may have to move.
That's what he's,
He
knows that. And that's,
and it's not within a few hours. He's got to make a major move. He's got,
I know. I said
like,
that.
where are you living right now?
I'm close to where you were before.
Oh, you're Jersey, close to Jersey?
Close to it. Not the same
Well,
state, but within the,
he needs to go to Florida. He'll
I said
find
that to
work
him.
there. He'll find work there. He'll be okay. He needs to stay off social media.
He doesn't do that, but yeah.
You know, nothing social media. Be very limited in who
He
he
knows
speaks to. Make sure on his phone that his thing is not off. But then he also is going to have to make the decision, because he can get help with his move by talking to the right people.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't. He's got to do this, and you ain't going to Florida with him.
No, he knows. He knows that. He's the one. He held off. I was told something, and then he didn't say anything. And I was told tonight, and I was like, I'll go over, and it was actually done to my car. I'll just leave it at that. I'll
Yeah, I
send you a
got you.
quick thing.
But
And
what
then
he needs to make his move. It's like
and
almost
he
like pack
told,
your car and go.
that's what he said. And I said, I'm all for it. You know, I'm the one who said, you got to get out of, I said, you have to get out of here.
Yeah,
And he
but
says,
these are all
well,
things that he needs to do. But I get that he'll find work.
Yeah, because there's something else that's going on in between that's like a major thing. And that's what's impending him. And I'm like, but whatever. I mean,
He can't. He's got to. The other thing is going to work itself out. It's going to, it's right now as he needs to.
You know, my issue, I've already told you with the session that I've, the problem that I've had, and it's 22, literally like till the last second has taken. But I told him I want him to see you.
Yeah, he's got to. If he doesn't make that move, tell him I said if he doesn't make that move, he's screwed.
I told him he says he doesn't trust anybody, anything, but
he also has an opportunity. I don't
know
if he'll do, does he do any kind of construction?
No, he'll
talk
yeah,
because I get he'll have a good, it's actually something that nobody would expect him to do, but he would have an opportunity to get into construction when he goes to Florida.
Yeah, and the thing was that he was going to change everything right now too. So,
and even if it's initially going in as a laborer, he'll be fine. And I get he would be working more with a GC than he would with specific things. So all right, cool, But there's only so much you can do.
I mean, the only thing I thought of was, I know. I'm
be careful,
concerned for the rest of the family too, and I'll just tell you. I'll DM you one quick phrase, and then you understand everything.
No, I got you. But that's what he needs to do. After, it's going to take minimum 6 months for things to kind of settle down for everybody there.
Nobody
So
knows anything about me.
yeah, but anything that happens within your family, it's going to take 6 months to settle down. And everybody has to learn to be a little bit more tighter-lipped.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, like I said, nobody
Yeah.
knows. Yeah, yeah, nobody knows anything.
But because people, well, the thing is people are going to try to get information. And if people don't necessarily know what's going on, they might give the information. So he's got to be very careful. You understand what I'm saying? He's got to make sure.
Yeah,
I could move to Florida.
I know. I know
Nobody
what you're saying.
would have to have my address, know where I'm living, nothing. You turn off the location thing on your phone,
I know.
all of those things. You start your life over again, you're good. The minute you tell somebody,
I know. It's yeah.
especially if they don't necessarily know what's going on, and then so the next 6 months, you know, once he disappears, people are going to be digging. All right?
Yep. All right. You have a good night. I'll
You too.
whatever. I'll
Yeah,
send you a
DM me,
quick
honey.
news. All right.
Yep.
Good night. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Let me see. Get out of this thing.
You have to
Sorry.
exit.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, the prediction I'm giving for this year, guys, it's not, I'm not looking to scare anybody. I'm not looking to stretch you out. Focus on what things, Brizzo? Electricity, food, water, gas. My gas is like double the amount of your gas in California. And let me tell you, trust me, I understand. I'm barely keeping my head against water. I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I can still keep working with people and doing what I'm meant to do and surviving. So you're not alone in this, but Brizzo, you have the opportunity, especially with what you do, to pull in the money that you need. Doesn't mean you're going to be rich. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be as comfortable as you want it to be, but it means you're going to be okay. But you have to start focusing on the things that you can do, because I say what I did about what's going on in the world, because the only way you're going to end up thriving is by not depending on anything or anybody else, knowing that you cannot count on it and that you are the one in control and you are the one that's got to make it right the way you make it to. If you wait on something or somebody else, somebody may say they're going to help you, or they may say they're going to give you something, or may say they're going to invest in something. I'm hearing. All the good intentions are there, but doesn't mean they're going to be able to do it. So don't put your eggs in one basket, and you have to get creative on your end. And with what you do, you could be very, 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 very creative. Pull in the money where you need to pull in the money. Create that abundance. And I'm saying, guys, pull the money and you need to make the money. But for anybody else on here, don't do nothing illegal that's going to get your asses thrown in jail. Plain and simple. Rach, you have really done the work you've needed for years. You've gone through a lot and you've built a stable foundation. And everything is working out. You've really been able to separate things so that love and life for you, it's there. I mean, your family alone, the core of what you have, it is just building. I get as far as financially, you're going to have a staying pattern for this year. You know, it's not like anything's going to jump huge, but you're going to be okay. I don't get that you're going to be struggling, which is a great thing. But as far as what's happening within your family, and that type of thing, that's just growing. That's just growing. I mean, you guys are really going to have a fantastic, they're saying summer, but things are going to start hopping for you once spring comes, which is great. Which is great. And Big Roger needs to get outdoors a little bit more. Big Roger needs to focus a little bit on himself and getting outdoors a little bit more and doing what he needs to take care of himself and his health. So tell him I said to. Are you going to Bali, That's awesome. When are you on a Bali? I'm so jealous. So jealous. I was jealous before you, Jenna, but you went to Spain last year, so I don't want to hear it. I haven't even been to Spain. The only place that I've been out of the country, because just my pockets never allowed it, having 5 babies and living client to client my whole life. But been to Canada and Montreal a few times, which I love. I love Montreal. To some Italian weddings, family weddings. And what was I going to say? I was to Jamaica my freshman year of high school. This is a fun one. Once, oh, that's so funny. How's Grace doing? Baby's a big baby. She's measuring for the 19th of January. They're still sticking to the due date in the 25th. From the beginning of her pregnancy, I really thought that the baby was going to come like the 15th. So I'm saying that baby, and she's agreeing with me, anywhere between the 15th and 19th, because she's carrying all baby, and that baby is active, and there is no room for him there. So Grayson Alexander is going to be here in just a few weeks. So I'm excited. I would prefer him to stay in there until the 25th or the 20th. And that's only because I would be thrilled if he was an Aquarius. Because Aquarius, especially with my daughter's sign, she's a Sag. That's like having a baby that's your soulmate, that kind of thing. And I know definitely little man, I'm his person and he's my person. I just know it. I'm excited for he's got amazing energy. So I'm really wanting the Aquarius because it matches the Sag perfectly. So I was all excited at the original due date. And then, but he'll definitely be, even if he's a Capricorn, it'll be the cusp of Aquarius, which is nice. Capricorn will mesh with a Sag as a parent, and we're talking parents, not necessarily love matches, people, when we do astrology. We'll still work with a Sag parent, but Capricorns are perfectionists, and they're really hard on themselves, but they're very driven people. So, I need him to be, to float like water kind of thing, but, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But either way, she's gonna do fine. Those two are gonna be a match made in heaven. Well, I should actually say it's actually my match made in heaven, but we'll see what happens. So yeah. And so you all know Kat. I know Kat isn't on here right now. She is pregnant again, and it was funny because when she told me, I said, "Guess what, lady? It's gonna be a girl." And she just notified me today, and that was a couple months ago, that she found out that, yes, she is having a girl. So I'm very, very excited. Yes, I can do an astrology class. But, Rach, it actually, okay, how can I put this? She respected her other half, and we're pushing for him to let them know. And finally, of course, she was 9 months pregnant. Because she's going into her 10th month. So I say I think she was 33 weeks when they finally let the cat out of the bag. And ever since, which I knew it was going to happen, ever since they let the cat out of the bag, they've been extremely supportive, which I knew they would be, but it's scary, and everything with the baby before the cat was let out of the bag, let's just put it that way, was already taken care of. So, it was just, guess what? Grandbaby's coming. Experience that excitement beforehand. But they've done quite a bit for her and, and for the baby. So it's good. It's a good thing. Ashley has been working on getting pregnant probably longer than she should admit. And everything was supposed to go a certain way. And when she finally let go of that and allowed things to happen the way they were meant to, so yes, Ash, everything is going to go in order. Your family, everything has to go in a certain order, you know, which is a good thing, Okay, let me go back. I can do an astrology class. Astrology is broad. We could do a beginner one when you're learning about the houses and the nodes and all that other fun stuff, or we could do specific things with astrology. So let me know what you're really, and for me, I believe in learning from the beginning, but I've been doing like a magic class and the history of magic and the different forms and things like that. For me, I'm a stickler because I believe that the background, the history, the foundation is so important to learn, because it's really fun to be able, you know, to come up with different, all right, let's just say it, potions, spells, whatever you're going to do, whatever you want to do, doing the magic part of it. And it's really understanding what magic is, where it came from, the different forms, what the intention is, that type of thing. But I am a stickler for foundation. So for me, a beginner astrologer's class would be, you know, where you're getting the background and you know all the basic stuff to maneuver. I think that's important, but a lot of people like to get to the nitty gritty. So I can teach you how to move through things for specific, but like, you know, love in astrology, you know, career in astrology, your whole birth chart and all that other fun stuff. So I can do very specific. If you want specific, you just have to let me know what it is you want to do, and then I will do the class. I'll design the class and get it done. And then do it that way. Okay, so. Oh, she's not going to be an air sign. Oh, your girl's not going to be an air. She's not going to be an air. And she's not going to be a water. Pretty sure your girl's going to end up a fire. She's not going to be, I think she's going to be a fire, kiddo. Girl's going to be a fire. She is going to be in a very good way, but a little force to be reckoned with. She's going to basically add the spice to your guys' life. You know, she's going to kind of be a catalyst when it comes to those boys. It's going to be interesting. She's going to give your dad a run for his money. You know how that goes. But I'm pretty sure you're going to have a fire, kiddo. All right, going back. Just going back into things. Hey, Ziggy, I see you. Hello, Ziggy. Hi, Archie. Going through. All right. First of all, stop crossing your fingers. 2023, making it count. Everything is going the way it's supposed to go for you, Ash. Everything, plain and simple. You just have to allow it and not get in its way. You know, do the things that you need to do, but let things happen the way they're supposed to happen. You're going to have a beautiful wedding. Everything's supposed to go. The money's going to be fine. You know, what's really nice is you guys aren't going to get hit by that whole money thing, which is great. Your word right now, especially, I think you're going to have a shift on the anniversary of your grandma's death, because the word I get is peace. You're going to have a peace that you've been needing for a while to finally rise up. And I think, if I'm hearing properly, you've actually done better at letting go of some things that you needed to let go of with people around you, you know, letting go of situations you have no control over, and that you realize you may not like it, but it's really not your business. Oh, by the way, can I just say, your sister's baby in his little jumper thing today, I don't know if it was his walker or his little jumper, cutest baby, and his hair right now is so at that brilliant stage. It looks like he rubbed his hand on a, you know, he touched somebody had put the friction on a balloon, And he's got the cutest hair, but it just stands up. But he's just so funny, and him chuckling today. I get such joy out of watching everybody's videos. Oh, Kat is having a girl, just so y'all know. Just so y'all know. Rach, and also when I was just connecting with you, by the way, I know I'm a Libra too. Slight possibility twins. But when I connect with twins for you, but it's a slight possibility, it's kind of being thrown in there, it would be fraternal, not identical. So it would be a boy and a girl kind of thing if that does happen, by the way. I don't get that they would be identical twins, but there is a possibility. A possibility, just so you know. And then you definitely be done. Don't tell Raj. Don't tell Raj. Shh, that's what I just said. Don't tell him. Don't tell him that. He's got to get over it. He needs, but you know, all these little boys growing up and everything, he really needs, and you're going to Bali, he needs to get himself going. He needs to get himself going. And Jenna, why haven't we seen any pictures of your new home? I've been waiting to see pictures of your home and you all moved in with your dog like hanging out on the couch. Haven't seen anything. Hi, Eva Homer. Andrew wants to get it all done. You're going to have the family you guys want. Not necessarily twins, but you're going to have the family you want. Let's just put it that way. I mean, there are things that people can do to have twins now with the way advancements in medicine. But then that's a lot on you. It's a lot on you, lady. Rest of the time it is. We get going, we end up getting going. My leg fell asleep too. I sit on my ankle too long. Are you coming live, Jenna? My girl. All right,
I'm looking
down.
so crazy.
Put the phone down. You always look good, and your eyes look good, so I don't want to hear it.
Thanks.
Let me see your walls. Why is there no color? Where's the color in your house?
I'm not done yet. Here's my little girl.
There she is. See, all the pieces are falling into place. Are you getting to know that person?
What? No, I cut him off.
Why?
Because he pissed me off. This is it.
You know, loosen up, Jenna.
Well,
Right, where are you?
he's ghosted me on a date twice. And I'm like, look, this is the second time you've done this. And
That's the reason. He's got good energy, though. But he wouldn't have been anything serious. He would be more of a plaything if it was anything.
yeah, it's like he talks to me and plays around, and then when the day comes...
He's more of a plaything. He's entertaining. So it's more like with him, I wouldn't try to set up dates. But if it's like you end up seeing each other, you know, just know what it's for. When I saw that picture you posted with the water, Spirit told me, tell her to want or to believe in something more. Everything is falling into place the way it's meant to. And you have a plan for your life. But it's like, don't settle with that. Don't settle. Believe in something more. You've done in your life, in the life that you've created and where it's going. So that would be everything. Believe in something more. You know, when something happens, it's good to happen, but keep rising. Because for you, you've been working so hard for so long, it would be very easy for things to happen and for you just to settle into it. And right now is not your time to settle into anything.
What does that
Believe
mean?
in more. What do you mean, what does it mean? Believe in more, expand your line of sight, and accept every opportunity and experience that you can take. You have so much fulfillment coming. I'm so proud of you. You have so much fulfillment coming, which is great. Like now that we're there, now we have the work thing. What's going on with work though?
I'm not really friends with Logan and Bridget anymore, which you knew that.
Which I knew that. That needs to be fixed, though. Logan came on the other day, but I didn't call her out.
Oh,
I was gonna. I didn't call her out. I didn't call her out the one time I went live. I didn't call her out. That needs to be fixed, though, because it's just stupid.
it is
That's okay.
stupid. I texted her, she didn't respond, so.
It's just stupid. It's stupid. But besides that, so you can't let that affect you. What's going on with work?
I'm actually less distracted not
Being
talking
with
to
them.
them.
But what's stuck?
I haven't been there since Christmas, so I
Oh,
don't know what you.
that might be what it is. When you go back, there might be. I almost get the things because you got your promotion, right?
Mhm.
I almost get like with some projects that's going on with them, some things are going to be a little bit stuck, and you're going to it's just have patience to work through them. They're going to get unstuck. It's almost like things are stalled, but maybe that's just because it's the holidays. Maybe it's just because it's the holidays, but it's almost like things are stalled. That things aren't exactly on schedule like they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I guess some were supposed to open
I'm getting
20.
some budgeting issues as well.
Oh,
So
I hope I still get my raise.
it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the projects. It's nothing to do. Your raise you're getting. You're fine with that. But besides that, but the timing, like things are off schedule, and there's some budget issues that are going to be, if they're not that are there already, that have arisen, and is part of the delays that are incorporated. So it just might end up being a little bit stressful. But that's what it is. It has nothing to do with anything else. And you going back into a stressful environment, you don't
Yeah,
always handle stress
I
well.
think I know what it is. I think it's our self-developed ones. We're
Okay,
running out of, like,
yeah, because it's an issue. Your self-developed ones, because that's what because there's like something stuck. It's not moving at her job, and it's budget, and it's
yeah,
meeting things on schedule, and I actually think something's going to fall through, and isn't even gonna.
they're gonna sell it probably. Yeah.
It's going to fall through. I'm getting so, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes people cut off more than they can chew, and in the industry right now with everything going on, it's better to take what's good and put all your focus in that versus spreading it too thin, because the profit margin isn't there. The profit margin isn't there, and it's just getting things. So that's with work, but you're not your boss, so
Yeah.
I could talk to the owner of your company. We can fix things. But that's with that. But now you've done everything. You made the move. You got the job. You got the promotion.
Good. It feels so good. That's why I can't be bothered with all this other petty
The
jobs.
key to your life was getting your dog home.
I know.
The fact that you got, like, because she's your familiar, she's your person. You got your dog home. So now you have the space, you have the energy, you have the extra cash that you needed, even though I know it's not all there. But now we can really start focusing on your person and drawing them in. Now that's the next thing. That's the next thing.
I'm secretly hoping something wild happens, like I find his wallet on the ground, or like something, the universe just conspires it to happen, and I don't have to
serendipitous. The universe conspiring.
I'm tired of them. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, but now that you have the dog and you have all the dog parks there, and you're friendly, like just talking to people or smiling at people. If you see somebody, say, if it's a cool picture, if you have your camera on, you say, would you mind if I took a picture? Because it's very artsy or whatever. There's a way you can do it without being creepy, kind of thing. But I think you're to the point where you even have your confidence now.
Yeah, I feel
to get it done. I think now that was the last thing that needed to. You needed everything else to happen to open the energy and space for this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting more like one or two of them are going to kind of be more play, more like kind of like you know, is something getting your feet wet, getting used to being into a relationship again, and just not to be so hung up. Your problem is you're going into these things and you can't go in, you know, you just want to get to know them, you know, have fun, see where it goes. Don't discuss too much in the future. And even if they ask you a question, guard your answer and be smart how you answer it. Because you can say you want the forever. Say, you know, sure, I'm looking for my person and for somebody to build a relationship and a life with. But, you know, I'm not in a rush because I want to get to know the person kind of thing. Because sometimes a lot of people, especially now, are putting feelers out like that. And if somebody starts talking too much about forever and all that other stuff, and they're not really quite there yet, then it automatically just, you get ghosted.
Yeah.
You get ghosted. But I think that next part is going to fall right into place easily. You're another one of my favorite success stories. You listened to me. Look what happened. You listened to me. Look at everything that happened. I only had to threaten you a couple times. I may have to Logan, but I don't even want to stir the pot right now, but it's almost like I want to message Logan directly.
Well, maybe she feels some type of way because I haven't talked to Bridget either.
Yeah, but you don't need to talk to Bridget.
I know. That's how I feel.
You don't need to. That you didn't have the connection with her like you would with Logan. You guys had a completely different connection. And the problem is when too many other people start trying to get too deep into a connection, there's not enough room. You can have friends and people that do things, but there's not enough room for the depth. So then that's what creates problems. You know what I'm saying? That's what creates problems. And you really are kind of like a one kind of best friend kind of person. Maybe two, but the person that you connect, you know, you don't need a ton of friends. It's too much hassle for you. All right, cool. All right, so I already know what it is. Now we're working on the guy.
Okay.
We're working on the guy and get you on speaking terms with Logan.
Yeah. I mean,
but if you put it out there for the serendipitous, if you put it out there and say that I miss you and I miss our friendship and I would like to get it to at least to the point, throw it out there again, leave the door open. You know, if you ever want to talk or you know, whatever it is, I'm here. I'm open. You know, I got the new apartment and everything.
Word for word what I texted her and didn't get a response.
Send that again. And then just leave it open because you did what you needed to. And technically you made right. You know what I'm saying? Because you did apologize, you know, for the misunderstanding and stuff. So you did what you needed to do universe-wise. So you're released from it. Now she's got to choose whether she's going to accept it or not. That's on her. But it's just the shame. It's one of those useless things where it's like, okay, guys. It's like if I was there, I would create an intervention. Get you both in the same room. Get you both in the same room and say, figure it out. Okay. The movie on Netflix, Invitation.
I haven't.
Friggin' good. It's good. It's a vampire thing. Really interesting take. And it really makes you question if you really want to know who you're related to. Because sometimes finding lost relatives aren't the best things to have happen to you. So I highly recommend that. And I just binge watched the 5th season of Cobra Kai. I couldn't
keep watching Cobra Kai.
Parts of it, like all the seasons I haven't watched, and I started watching the 5th season, and I watched the whole thing yesterday. The 5th season was really good. Plus for me, because people my age, it brings us back to our youth because I was young when Karate Kid came out. Like when you know, Will Smith's son did the remake of it, I'm like, why did they do that? Why? There was no reason. It wasn't the same vibe. But the last season incorporates a lot of throwback to the 3rd Karate Kid.
Of the movie.
With the bad boy. Yeah, with the bad boy, he comes back in it, and it's really cool where it went. So I totally, this season rocked. I was like, wow. I'm like, wow, I'm kind of a little bit obsessed with this now. And I watched the whole damn thing. Anybody came into the room, I was like, listen, whether you like it or not, there's 2 more episodes. I'm not turning this off. To let you know, very rarely do I make a demand to finish something, and I did. So it makes me happy.
Oh.
It does. All right, cool. All right, I love you. You're doing well. I'm proud of you. You and Lucy. And did you send a message to that other person, possibly?
Other person
That I told you about, which I'm not going to say online. Jen wants to be unblocked, or noticed that they were blocked and wanted to deal with people on individual race relationships and not get groups involved. Whenever you get a group involved, it's never good for it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I did. I followed, and then we sent an emoji to each other. There was no conversation. That was it.
But the veil has been lifted. Good. Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I guess a lot of people have been blocked this year.
Yeah, but now there's a change. And the fact is, then they missed you, and they mentioned something to me, and that's why I was like, and I'm like, well, would you like me to say something? They're like, yeah, that would be cool. I said, okay, no problem. So I did. Now it'll get better. Can't have anything holding you back. Everything has to be settled so that it's just smooth sailing away. I expect an invitation, though, when you get married, just so you know.
I don't want to have...
I've been way too... What?
I want to elope and have like a 3-week honeymoon.
Do we just...
And then come back and have a party, but not like a whole...
Party. I don't need to go to the wedding. I want to go to the party. I was a huge part of this. I'm like inviting myself. Same thing to you, Ashley. I've been way too involved in you two's lives for a couple of years. I want a seat. I want to be there. Just saying.
2 more playthings I have to go.
No, if you just don't be too serious too quickly. Expect it as it goes. But I get like you're going to have like something that's like a warm up, like your warm up before the real deal, and that's okay. All we need to do is create movement. You need to get the flow going. Once we get flow, but put out there the serendipitous thing. I think I'm going to do a meditation series about calling in your person.
I would do that.
About calling in your person. I think I'm going to do that. You know.
That sounds good.
That's fun. It's exciting. And, you know, well, you guys like that kind of stuff. Whenever anybody has to do real work, they're like, not going there. I'm like, okay.
I'm finally actually ready for that. So.
Yeah, which is cool. But when you guys want to make up that other meditation, let me know. Because I know because the one that you guys didn't do that one because Danielle's in a new house now. So she's got more piece where she can do it. So you guys can do that, or you can take that meditation and credit it towards the new series. You'll get to choose. I will give you that option.
Cool.
You know me. I'm laid back. All right, Mama. I will talk to you later.
Thank you. Good night.
Love you too. Okay. Oh, that's so important. I wish I'm going back in the thing. I wish more people would make the apologies they feel they need to make and not expect a response. And it's not necessarily, I mean, I guess you have to feel it to have an apology, but there's a lot of people when certain things happen that regardless of the reason they may feel in the situation that, you know, they have a right, or because it's things that happen. So there's different things with feelings. So it's not necessarily the apologies people feel they need to make, because there's a lot of apologies out there that people have to truly apologize for, because whether you like it or not, whether you feel you need to or not, the sign of maturity is knowing that something happened, that it wasn't right, and own up to your part in it and making the apology, being the biggest person. Because once you own up to that fact, because sometimes you can feel a certain kind of way where some people are like, I know I really need to make an apology. I don't want to, because sometimes that takes time. to go through, but by owning up to things and making those apologies, whether you feel it or not. My hair in my mouth, I have too much hair. I am so excited though. My hair is like all the way down now. I mean, it goes all the way down. It's growing past my butt now. I'm so excited about that. It's a Jersey Italian thing, I'm telling you. But totally random, sorry. I had hair in my mouth and I had to share. But owning up to that, because there's a lot of times where you may not feel you need to make that apology, but you know that you have to own up to your part in something, or to clean the air, and that creates the space for movement, to possibly healing, but even more, it removes the signature that laid upon you in a negative way. So by making that apology and owning up to, or knowing that it has to be made whether you're feeling it or not, creates the space for you to remove that so that something can replace it better. Because if you have all this stuff out there and you haven't made those apologies or made them right, nothing will ever change in your life until you've created the space for it, you know? And that's the best way I can explain it, you know? Because none of us are perfect. Hi, T-Beats. Nice to see you. Roberto. Joe, how are you? Let's see who I got on here right now. Okay. All right, cool beans. All right, what time is it? I've been on here since 6. So just a side note, I'm doing that Thursday night thing, and I'm still doing it to work with people that are struggling, depressed, have anxiety, could be thinking about harming themselves, or may have lost somebody, or, you know, everything that's going on. People need an outlet. I went live the first time, but you know, it was new, so a lot of people didn't know about it. Plus, I know in this kind of space that a lot of people, especially because other people can see when you go live, aren't going to be brave enough to necessarily get the help that they need. So what I'm doing, I'm working, I don't think it's going to happen this Thursday because I'm developing, but I'm actually having very specific people come on to share their experiences. People that have been addicts that for an entire lifetime, and their recovery, how they're dealing with recovery of addiction, but also losing very close friends to the addiction, and how they're, you know, going through the process of recovering from addiction, because that's a lifetime thing. It doesn't go away. And then having the stress of losing people that were so very close to you to the same thing that you're in recovery for, and how they're dealing with it. So I'm having somebody come in and talk about their story and where they've gone. I'm going to be having somebody who actually got to the point where they were homeless, and how they got through that and dealt with that. Somebody who actually was a New York City cop and ended up doing counseling for other cops who, because of things that they went through, to help them maneuver it. Because there's believe it or not, because a lot of things that these cops deal with and they see, believe it or not, more of them take their lives than you would ever even believe. So they're going to come on and talk about that. I'm going to talk to some people that have had people very close to them who committed suicide, and what it did to them, and how they're dealing with it and recovering. And then people who've been bullied. I'm going to have some teenagers on that have been bullied to share their story, and how it affects it. So maybe people that have gone through abuse or are being abused, people that are struggling, so people that have gone through these things, so that they're telling and sharing their stories to the point where they're brave enough to share them. And then the work that they've done. You know, a lot of these people I have worked with, but there's going to be people on that, you know, that reached out and wanted to be a part of this. You know, people who are transitioning, people coming out and as gay, you know, all this stuff. We're going to be hitting all of this stuff. So they're going to share their stories so that maybe somebody on is going to relate, and they're going to answer questions specifically. I am facilitating and interviewing but it's about them sharing their stories and reaching out to you. And then anybody that has a question or a thought, whatever it is, can turn around and ask questions and have their questions be answered. Have a platform where, you know, a lot of you guys will come on, and you're brave to come on, some of you guys, because you know how I'm at, and reach out and get the help they need to share their story, you know, and also have the ability to say, hey, we're here, direct message me. I will get you in contact with the resources you need for help if I'm not able to help you. So providing the resources. I am also going to be setting up like a fund, like an angel fund, the Phoenix Rising Breaking Free Fund, where if people want, they can donate to this fund, which will allow me to do some work pro bono, to help the people who need the help and are really truthfully in the position, because I do work with people, and I go out and I do outreach stuff. But, you know, I have to have the ability to be able to do that and still be able to survive and keep a roof over my head. So if anybody feels so inclined, they can do that. And then I will have those people come on as they're healing and overcoming their issues, and sharing like what that fund did for them, so that you guys know where everything was going. So that's about it, but I gotta go. It's like 8:30 now. I've been on a while, but today was good. I think next week we are going to we'll do lifetimes, we'll do some past life stuff. And also, if anybody wants to be a part of this, because I know I have a lot of people on here that specialize with therapy, work with teenagers, kids, adults. If you have the access or the ability or the funding within your practices to be able to do a little bit of pro bono work, and you want to work with some of these people, let me know and what you specialize in, so that, because I'm talking about people that need to get out, that need to get safe. So I know your situation is a little bit different, Harley, but you know, people trying to get out of abusive relationships and all that kind of thing. I'm going to have access to some lawyers that work with people, counselors, you know, the different numbers. I want to work with the veterans. That's huge. PTSD, all of that stuff. I mean, I really want this. I'm going on at nighttime. I'm setting it up for 9 o'clock Pacific Standard, so that's 12 o'clock on the East Coast. But honestly, it'll run as long as it has to. So there'll be like an hour interview with Q&A. But then if people are on, it's going to be, and Neil, I need to talk to you about that too, by the way. Your story is an important story that can help quite a few people. And I know that you've been very enlightened over the past few years, along with being very successful with your company. So if you want to come on and talk about your, you know, your struggles and what you did what you went through, because you have such a success story, and share that, do some Q&A, and then pitch some of the stuff that you're doing, because it's all about abundance, helping each other grow. I would love to have you on. It's on Thursday nights. But like I said, and you're just going to have to be up late one night. That's all. Or we can actually, if somebody can't make it live at night, which is really where it's going to benefit people the most, but the information will be published to my YouTube channel, and of course, Reels and Instagram Live and all that other fun stuff. But I'm doing it so late at night because most people that are struggling, that have anxiety, that are stressed, that feel alone, you know, all of these things, PTSD, addiction, all of these things, the majority of those people don't sleep well. The majority of people find themselves, you know, up 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning with nobody there to talk to. You know, and unfortunately, I don't have the time where I can do a PST time and an EST time. So I have to combine it. So I'll be starting at 9 o'clock on Pacific Standard, and then it'll run to 1 o'clock in the morning if it has to. It'll run to 2 o'clock in the morning if it has to. But if it but I went on the first time and they're like, nobody really knew about it and not anybody, I just am not going to babble about useless things. I'm not going to do it. And I was going to do something like, because it really affected me with some of the suicides that have happened. And then, and I'm only saying this for this and I'm not going any further because it really disgusts me how people will try to capitalize and make money off of other people's trauma and stress and what they're going through. And it really bothers me, especially when you have people that are that are celebrities or in the limelight who ended up ending their lives. And those people have families and children old enough to go online and see. And when Twitch had committed suicide, it really affected me. So then I was on my TikTok and I watched, it came up. I wasn't even searching it because I don't search it. I just saw I was heartbroken, sent energy like you would. But it came up that, on one of his videos, his last videos came up. And I sat there and I took the time and I looked at this man and I listened. And all I'm going to tell you is this. You didn't have to be a psychic to know that he was struggling. You didn't have to be. And I'm not going any further because I'm not going to use that, but I'm saying it doesn't matter if you have a ton of money and you're successful in this and that, or if you have nothing. Everybody struggles with mental illness and anxiety and everything that goes with it, especially in the way our world is now. And I'm seeing all these different psychics and mediums on TikTok turn around, saying why, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it pisses me off because who are you to say anything publicly? Did his family ask you to do this? No. Like when I work with people, and I've worked with some people that are I've worked with some very high-end people or people that have been celebrities, actors and stuff, especially since I've been out in California, I would never in a million years say I worked with them. I don't need to do that. I don't need to be successful over other people's issues. Or even when I train people, I've never made people take pictures of themselves where they started and where they ended up. They could do it for themselves. But I would never, usually when people are to the point where they're trying to get healthy or they're trying to lose weight and things like that, or they're struggling, they suffer a lot of identity issues and self-esteem and things like that. The last thing they want to be reminded of is where they were. Some people want to come on and do that, and I celebrate. I'll do it all the time, but the most people, so I'm like, if you, oh my God, hi Trini Mac, I miss you guys. But I'm not going to capitalize off people's illness. Usually people I work with, whether it's in, health and fitness and exercise, or whether it's in spiritual life stuff, they're coming to me because I love you guys fierce and I miss you. And I've watched everything you guys have been doing and I'm just so excited for how amazing your babies are and how successful and how amazing. One of the best relationships in the world, and believe it or not, every relationship has their ups and downs, but so much love and support and faith-based, and is Trini Mac, amazing DJ, by the way, so if you're up on the East Coast. But, they're a light. They're a light, and it was such a blessing. I actually got to work with them with fitness and got to kick their butt on a regular basis there for a while, and work with their kids a little bit. But they're such a blessing, and if you're looking for a light, definitely give them a follow because they have such they're amazing people. That's all I could say. I have so much love for you guys. But like I said, the majority of people I work with are hurting. They're struggling. Their life, even if they have been famous, you got somebody that's done I've worked with somebody who did over 300 movies, one of the bad boys of Hollywood, guys, that has struggled with so many things. Struggled with addiction, especially like with alcohol, relationship issues, things that have happened in traumas in their life. Some of these actors, I want you to remember that some of these actors and actresses, the reason why they're so good at these roles and everybody loves them so much, a lot of them have gone through a lot of hurt in their lives and had issues and trauma. And a lot of people I've talked to, they said the very reason why they began acting in the beginning was because for a little while they could be somebody else. And I want you to think about that. Think about that, So I would never capitalize on somebody's trauma or say, oh, I worked with them. Like people say, well, why didn't you post pictures of people you worked with? I said, because it's nobody's business. They're human beings. I'm not, just because you might be in the, the headlines and stuff or whatever it is, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I worked with them, so come work with me. That's straight bullshit. The people I get legitimately, I work with because I was a light that they were drawn to. For some reason, they were drawn to me and I was the person they were meant to work with. Or they heard from somebody else who I was. And I work with them, and the results that they had and that they shared brought people to work with me. I owned a gym that ended up started out a studio and was built because of its members. What happened at Phoenix State, at the Phoenix Rising, whose members loved the gym so much, and the family that we created there, because of course everything I do is about family. You guys are all my family. But they actually started like donating like some of the benches and the weights and the things that I got at the gym. I had 2 brand new MMA bags because I train bodybuilders, fitness competitors, dancers. I train weight loss, weight gain. I get kids ready for, that play football and stuff like that. The whole gambit. Get people ready for surgeries, do rehab. So I trained fighters. I did. So I had a member who loved the gym so much and in the training that they were doing with me that they legitimately showed up one day at the gym with their tools and bought 2 brand new MMA bags. For that you could do, kicks on, regular heavy bag work, but also had the handles on there so that you could do knees and things like that. So they helped build the gym. So I am going to be posting quite a bit of that stuff too, because I want to, ever since I've been out in California, I have done online training with people and really focused on my spiritual work. But another huge part of me is fitness and health and helping people get healthy. And feel better about themselves, overcoming eating disorders and things like that. So I'm going to be posting some of the things and maybe have some interviews with people that I worked with for periods of time. Usually the only reason I ever stop working with people is because I move. I moved from Jersey to California. And let me tell you, when I closed the Phoenix, my studio down, there are people who are still mad at me because I closed that gym. But that's another reason why I had to close that. It's because I had to, I gave up my gym because I had to take care of somebody who was passing away from pancreatic cancer. So I kind of gave that up to be able to help them. But everything happens for a reason, right? So, but yeah, so that's the deal. So, because my business is Phoenix Rising, transformation of mind, body, and spirit. You got to work on all of it. If you just do one, it's not going to get you where you need to be. You got to do everything. Hey, Ashley. I love you all fierce. I'm excited for 2023. But remember, 2023, this year's the year of making it count, and it's all up to you guys because it isn't going to be handed to you. And you can't count on people's promises. You got to actively take part in what you want to happen in your life. Okay. I love you all fierce. If you have any questions, book your sessions, DM me, or go up to the website, www.oneheartonespirit.com. And just keep your eye out for some of the things I got going on. And we have a full moon coming up. I am doing the full moon this month. It is time. We're going to get that in too. But I will talk to you guys soon. Okay.